All right. What is up, everyone? Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports. More Browns sim action here for you. Great rejoicing today around Browns land as not only were Kit and I accurate on another free agent, but Browns get a true free safety for the first time in a long time. Kit and I were just trying to discuss maybe when was the last time they had a real center fielder that you could trust back there. So very exciting times, and we'll see him right away. He's number 15 on our roster, already in the brown and orange. We had two Pacific Northwest to take on newly re-signed Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. Boatload of weapons for him as always. Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and they also drafted Jordan Addison out of USC as well in our draft. So should be a good one. Kid, how we doing?
Doing great. Definitely excited. As we've gotten very close to a real solution here in free agency in our virtual offseason. So certainly excited with the Juan Thornhill signing. He was a guy that I was excited about coming out of the draft. Again, primarily because of what you were talking about, being a true free safety center fielder type, which I can't think of the last time we had one of those. But anyway, definitely excited for this matchup, and hopefully seeing more success on the offense again. Would love to see, you saw the numbers earlier, love to see another performance like that out of Nick Chubb. 134 yards and a touchdown is much more vintage Nick Chubb, and that would be great to see again here.
It sure would be. And that is the rookie Jordan Addison, who will take a knee in the end zone. All right, Geno played well last year, comeback player of the year, of course, got himself a deal, and he's played well, 2,600 yards, 22 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for the Seahawks. I believe we're also 4-6. I should have looked at the beginning. I think they're also 4-6. Welcome in, Larry, and welcome in, Karen. Let's get this one popping. That is Kenneth Walker, the third on his right hip. He's in a shotgun. He's back to pass. Browns rush 4. Little dump to Kenneth Walker on the right, and then Daron Payne comes and swallows him up from behind. 2-yard gain.
Yeah, just forcing him to check down there. That was coverage, which was good on the back end, and, what you want to see. It's good.
Knocked away there. Ward stepped up nicely. Came off his man, came to the underneath man, now a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, thought he had a chance at it. Didn't quite connect with the interception, but a good opportunity, certainly.
He did not. Now throwing off his back foot deep to the right side and way out of bounds. And a 3-and-out for the Seahawks. Good job by the Browns defense. Hey, Keith, welcome in.
Yeah, it was definitely a good start. Love seeing a 3-and-out on the opening drive for this defense, as they still seem to be playing with some juice off of the big win last week.
All right, DW4 out onto the field. Definitely had more of a short route scheme last game. He did put the ball in the end zone, but he did have one interception. He's got 17 and 9 with 2,700 yards. Hey, 504, welcome in.
Yeah, Keith, we were just talking about that. Very much excited about the signings for the Browns. Think they addressed some serious needs on the defense with the D-end in Okoronkwo. The tackle in Tomlinson, and then also, obviously you got just now today Juan Thornhill, which is a true free safety center field type, and something the Browns haven't had in a long time, I think, and I think they got him at excellent value, so very excited about that signing.
Good play on first down. Here's a 2nd down. Was nice to see Watson get out of the pocket and run there as Chubb picks up the first down. Wendell, Jacoby Brissett signed with the Washington Commanders today.
Yep, he signed for $10 million 1-year deal with $8 million guaranteed. Yeah, absolutely good for him. And the question now is, does he start week 1 and allow Howell to be groomed behind him, which is kind of my expectation. But Happy contests that. He thinks that Howell's going to start week 1. So we'll see.
There you go. But they're okay with Howell. They're not going to try to go quarterback again if
apparently
Richardson or Levis or somebody would fall to them in the first round.
Well, I don't know that they wouldn't necessarily take a shot at it because if nothing else, you've got trade value there, right? If you've got a stud. And it could be either Howell or the guy that you pick up if you like him better, depending on how it works out. But that being said, I do think that they're paying him enough that, you could see him being at least a starter for the beginning of the season with that kind of value on a contract.
Oof, thrown into some traffic there. Quentin can't get his hands on it. Hey, Felligren, welcome in. Go Browns. 2nd and 10 now for the Browns. Here comes Chubb. Zone left side, and he'll pick up about another 5 yards. 3rd and 6 now here for the Browns. They'll go empty.
Yeah, no worries, Wendell. Not a problem. There's a lot going on. It's hard to keep track of it all,
my
honestly.
gosh, it's fast and furious.
Oh, yeah.
Watson's going to go ahead and take a sack here. Wills gives up the blitz. That's Darrell Taylor, the linebacker, and unfortunately that'll push the Browns back and out of field goal range here. So assuming Bajorquez will come in and try to drop one, which he did a couple times in that Cardinals game.
Yeah, he was an understated, rock star in that last game. He was very good. There's the flag. Finally, the roughing the kicker flag comes out. After he had been creamed about 3 times before this, he finally got the actual call. So it does exist.
He sure did. Rashard Torrance, that's a rookie safety. And he runs into him, and now 1st down and 10 for the Browns into Seahawk territory.
Yeah,
that's the 41-yard line.
Critical mistake for the Seahawks, allowing this drive to extend here. They didn't even have an opportunity on a field goal, obviously electing to try to coffin corner on the punt, but then roughing the punter puts them in great field position with the drive continuing now 2nd and 1.
Yes, it is. Here's Chubb right side. Nice hold. 25 to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5. House call from 32. Nick Chubb.
Let's go. Even slowing down with the truck attempt on air didn't end up biting him in the butt. It was great. Actually, the delay kind of worked out in his favor here as he actually created a little bit more space for himself, and then just able to, because really the guy diving behind him, but able to get free and rumbling large down to the end zone. What a run from Nick Chubb. Already off to a great start here, and that was probably his best run of the season right there.
Yes, that was a great run.
It really was. Oh, and don't forget Okoronkwo, too. We also got Okoronkwo correct.
That's right, we did.
So yes, Posick, Takitaki, Thornhill, Green, Okoronkwo. So doing pretty well. Oh, and not to mention the other pieces of the moves that we talked about. The cutting JJ3 and reworking Watson's deal. So those were all projected roster moves for our free agency. So we're something like seven.
Pretty well.
We're something like 7 of 11 projected free agency moves right now, so like 64%. We're doing pretty well.
Yeah, now we just need him to draft like Foskey or Tyler Scott.
Oh, that would be wild, yeah.
Real geniuses out of us.
If we hit some of those.
2nd and 9 here. Gino setting up screen left side. He's got it to Walker, chase from Hargrave, and then thrown to the ground by Greg Newsome. Now 3rd and 5. Smith stands in the pocket, fires again off the back shoulder. Nice play, went up for Lockett, and MJ Emerson knocks it out of his hands, and another 3 and out for the Seahawks.
And that's really where having a big body corner like Emerson is so important, because he's able to leverage his size to take advantage and not jar the ball loose. He was a little bit behind, but he makes up for it with his length and is able to make the contact just in time to knock it loose and prevent the long completion. Because at first he had the step, he had the separation, but MJ Emerson able to recover nicely.
1st and 10 now, back to pass. Watson stands in the pocket, throws over the middle. He's got Cooper on a little bit of a dig. It'll pick up 9 here to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 1. Browns outgaining the Seahawks 53-1. Here's Nick Chubb. He's got a few of those yards. He's past the 40 to the 41. In fact, 53 already on his day on just 5 touches.
Yeah, love seeing it. Love seeing it. Definitely looking to capitalize back-to-back games here. As he 134, I believe I saw on his last performance.
Mm-hmm.
So this certainly an extension of that. As Cooper fumbles, oh, that was ugly.
Looked like it may have been out of bounds as well. Wills will smash him. That's Desmond King, who's played a couple of different places. And let's see if this one maybe gets reviewed. No, he definitely took a few steps. And a big hit there.
Yep, ball's out. Now
was he out of bounds?
Now the one thing that probably should be looked at is the player who recovered the fumble was out of bounds.
That's what I'm saying.
Came back
his
in.
Feet out of bounds.
Right. The player who recovered the fumble, that's not a legal fumble recovery. He can't come out of bounds and then back into the field of play and be the first one to touch the ball.
I don't think Madden's sophisticated enough for that rule. Well, we've had illegal touching before, actually, in the end zone.
Right. So that should have been called. And should have been retained as Brown's ball because he shouldn't have been able to recover that fumble.
Nevertheless, 1st and 10. Here comes Walker to the right side. Kenneth Walker, Michigan State Spartan for a year when they had some pretty good success. Wake Forest, is that where he was before? Georgia Tech, something like that, somewhere down there. Here he is again up the middle. Nice little juke move. Kenneth Walker, yeah. Or Vanderbilt or something. He was like a transfer from sort of like a smaller school in the South before he went to Michigan State for a year. Hey, Happy, welcome on. Good to have you.
Hey, what's up, Happy?
We do not have the ability to force such a challenge as much as we wish we could. As much as we wish we could. All right, 1st down. So a little bit of juice off of that fumble now. They're inside the 30-yard line. And shotgun for Geno Smith.
I looked it up. It was Wake Forest.
Okay, well, there you go. I did remember correctly.
You had it.
Dumps it off for 4 yards. Once again to Kenneth Walker now. 3 catches for the second-year running back. They'll give it to his backup now. This is DJ Dallas, and he's got the 1st down, kind of just patiently weaving his way through the Browns line. And they'll pick up 10 yards and another 1st down now into the 13-yard line.
And the Seahawks finding some success here on this drive, finally stringing together some plays and getting the sticks moving here. Browns defense want to find a stop.
Tipped away and almost picked by Ed Jamerson again as he has been all over DK to start the game.
Sure has been, and I love the matchup there, the size on size. Definitely good to have a big-bodied quarterback to put on a guy like a DK Metcalf out there.
Yeah. 4-man rush. He's got lots of time. Back in the end zone, and he climbs the ladder. And this time, Metcalf shows off that 6'4" frame and goes and rips it out of the sky. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Yep, and MJ Emerson was right there that time again, but this time he didn't quite come up with the win on the contest. As he's been he's been contesting all of them, obviously, up to this point. He was right there for the contest, but just unable to come up with the deflection, and DK Metcalf with a really nice touchdown.
A rookie kicker out of Syracuse, Andrew Smet, hooks it up and in. The only other draft pick of consequence, again, we talked about Jordan Addison off the top, although we haven't seen him yet, is Khalija Kancey, the big defensive tackle, kind of rising up the draft boards from Pittsburgh, is anchoring the middle of their defensive line as well for the Seahawks. All right, Browns. Had some good things going. You sort of shot yourself in the foot with that Amari Cooper fumble. Let's see if they can get it back here.
But they were looking good until the fumble.
They were. Here's Watson. He'll fire over the middle. He's got the Chief for a 1st down, 35 to the 40, and then he'll go down at the 41. Nice conversion there to David Njoku.
So how do you feel about that 504? How are you feeling about having Carr lead your Saints?
1st and 10, 4:40 here in the 1st quarter. Posick snaps it back to Watson. Watson back to pass. Now he'll step up. Now he'll fire right. He's got his man. That's Cooper again, and he's definitely holding on to that ball a little bit tighter. They'll get 6 to set up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, nothing like the past experience to remind you got to keep a firm grip on the ball.
Gubb goes up the middle to the 50-yard line on 3rd and 1 upcoming. Browns stay spread here. Onto this 11 personnel so far in the game. Here comes Chubb left side. Great block by Cooper. Teller had pulled over as well. Big 1st down run for Chubb, and the Browns have dominated here so far.
Yeah, I'm with you there, 504. I agree. I think he does give you a good shot, especially in the NFC, of making the playoffs. Yes. I think he is, considerably better than a lot of the quarterbacks in the NFC right now.
Here's another drag across the middle, and Cooper's got another nice gain for 13. 1st down, Browns. I mean,
arguably, there's only 1 or 2 that you could clearly say are better than Carr right now in the NFC. I mean, Hurts is certainly on that list. And you got some others you could probably have in the discussion, but especially with Aaron Rodgers looking like he's leaving.
Like they're leaving, yeah.
You're really, who's left?
Not very many is the answer. Chubb will get just the yard that he needs, and then he'll be thrown backwards, but a first down is achieved. Now 1st and 10, they're into the 16-yard line here for the Browns.
Wendell, I don't think that was a surprise at all. I think that had been coming. In fact, I think many people would say probably they should have moved on from Zeke a long time ago. I love Zeke, Buckeye, obviously. I mean, great guy, but they held on to him probably a little past what he was really giving them in terms of value, as even though he was quote-unquote their starter, Pollard was arguably the better running back on that roster.
Here comes Chubb, as they've just given it to him about 4 times in a row, and he's got another first down to the 5. That might do it for the first quarter. 11 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown for Nick Chubb in quarter number 1. How about them apples?
Yeah, absolutely happy. I hope you. Actually, Jacoby had a good season. I mean, we were actually
played well for us.
We were. I mean, he got paid as a result. He played well, so I think he's good. I think he'll. I still think he starts in week 1. Just saying, but we'll see. There's that little fullback handoff and the goal line set.
I can't unstar it any further. We're stuck with it. I could add more plays, I guess. Turn around, Chubb, and they ran it about 7 straight times into the end zone. Browns respond to the Seahawks and punch it in again.
At the end of the day, it worked.
At the end of the day, it worked. Just enough variation to get it in there. It's definitely, I feel like it's running the only play every time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's working. It was working, but it's why it's running the same one. So I may have to add just a couple more options for it just to mix it up.
Yeah, probably. and happy. I think that's a big part of why Zeke ended up getting cut this year, is because of the dead cap situation going on with him. But then again, I mean, what I was talking about is that last deal that they did with Zeke. I think a lot of folks thought that was. It
was bonkers.
Yeah, exactly. Was Jones being, Jerry, doing Jerry things.
Doing Jerry things. Quick throw to the right side. That's the tight end Noah Fant, who came over in the Russell Wilson trade. It looks like he's popped as a superstar for the Seahawks. I formation, turn around, play action, blitz right up the middle, ball's out! Knocked out by JOK, and then he rolls over and picks it up himself.
Let's go.
What a play by the Joker.
Yeah, did it all himself. That was a lot of fun, as he just had the awareness not only to get the sack, but then realize the ball's on the ground available for him, and just finds a way to get the ball as well. Great heads-up play from him. I love it. And just that quick blitz. I mean, he got there so quickly. That explosive play right up to the gap, and then comes completely loose and just made a great play.
Hey, Jonathan, welcome in. Another 5-yard carry for Nick Chubb. Yes, Wendell, you're right. You may get 100 yards here before the third quarter is even halfway over.
Would love it.
This time he'll lose a yard now. 3rd and 5. They'll go empty. Chubb lined up in the slot on the left side, though. Keep an eye on him. Blitz coming. And Watson's going to just give it up.
Right
and
back.
This one's going to be returned all the way for a touchdown.
Oof.
Unbelievable.
Oof. So many turnovers in this one, and some of them quite ugly. That one of them.
Gross. Rashard Torrance, rookie safety. And he's going to scoop up that one. And Watson's got to eat. He's got to get down, run, throw it away, do something.
Yeah, certainly want him doing something other than, having, playing fast and loose with the ball like that. But on the other hand, in spite of the current scoreline, this has been a pretty one-sided game. Obviously the defense scoring makes it look a lot closer than it is in terms of actual play on the field. But the Browns right now are certainly very much in control of this game. They just have to find a way to, stop the stupid mistakes, especially the turnovers, and then, they should be able to take this game over.
Hey, Michael, welcome on. Good to have you on. Resident Chiefs fan in the house.
Hey, what's up, Kishan?
14 here.
Welcome in.
And hey, yeah, Kish. 12:30 here on the second quarter clock. Back to pass blitz again. He'll throw quickly to the left side to Cooper, and Cooper is able to pick up 3 yards.
So, it's ironic you say that, Jonathan, only because, as much as Aaron has said he wants it, what a great run from Chubb there. That was awesome. But as much as Aaron Rodgers has said he plans on being a Jet and you feel like he's going to be a Jet next year, he probably will be. But at the same time, you kind of sit here and wonder, like, with the way that he just today, I don't know how many of you watched the Pat McAfee stuff that he was, my take from all of that was he just handed all kinds of leverage to the Packers in terms of the Packers can sit on their hands and wait and not do anything and basically demand the world because of what Aaron just went and did, which I thought was stupid because he, again, gave the Packers, which they might just do out of spite, because they probably don't feel like they were well represented by him. He feels slighted, they feel slighted, and you're basically handing them all of the leverage in the negotiations. So, at what point, if you're the Jets, do you go, well, I don't think we want to handle or deal with any of this nonsense. Let's cut bait now and send Lamar an offer sheet with exactly what he wants that the Ravens aren't going to match.
Good points indeed. 3rd and 11. Watson standing in the pocket now. He'll step up. Now he'll fire back to the left. It tipped. And then caught by Quentin Johnston for a first down.
Let's go. Hey, got to credit the rookie for never giving up on the play. He was in it from beginning to end here, as he could have just given up on his route, but he recognized the tip drill, went up for the ball, and came down with it as a reception. Even though it wasn't intended for him, it was intended for Nick Chubb, but got to give credit to him just staying with it.
1st and 10 for the Browns now inside the 30. 14-14 game. Back to pass again. Another blitz. Short throw to the right side. It's the Chief. Good hot route pickup for Watson. And again, just getting 4 or 5 yards per play is making it a pretty easy.
No, Jonathan, that wouldn't be for Lamar. The 2 first-round picks. So Lamar is not 40. He's quite young. 27, something like that. But so you're given 2 first-round picks for Lamar. And that's part of the reason why I wonder what the Jets will do, because again, the Packers could sit here and it open it up to the rest of the NFL again if they want to. Because they have all the control.
Yeah. Unless it's been reported that the Packers, is that what they're saying? They want at least 2 first-round picks for Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, that's possible, but they can demand whatever they want because effectively they've gotten all the leverage. And yeah, he's 40. So what are the Jets willing to stomach at this point? Yes, they've kind of caved to some of the demands in terms of they've signed Lazard and they brought in Hackett as their offensive coordinator. And, so that's... for those that don't know, Hackett was one of Aaron Rodgers' offense coordinators with the Packers before he took the head coaching job, or the short-lived head coaching job with Denver. So, I don't know. I mean, it's certainly a lot of interesting things going on, and it could go any number of ways. I mean, there's no guarantee that he's going to be a Jet.
As a coach, Terry, I don't think he's got any life left in that leg. Like as a kicking coach. Short throw over the middle, good tackle by David Long here. Yeah, I don't know if they would throw Zach Wilson into the trade or not. It's hard for me to imagine he would want to stay. After they've pretty clearly publicly gone on from him, and the Browns are going to stop Walker short, or are they going to give him the spot?
Wow,
Super
that was
generous spot.
Very generous. I thought he was short for sure by a good half yard or more. But no, I don't think they, the Packers, that is, want Zach Wilson. They've got Jordan Love. I think they're pretty happy and set on him. We'll see what that actually pans out to be. But
yes, we will. Gino floats it into traffic and almost picked off. Metcalf was the intended target, but there were several white jerseys. Hey, Sean, welcome on.
So, Kish, we were talking about that earlier in the broadcast, but I have been a massive fan of Juan Thornhill. I wanted him out of college, coming out of Virginia. I was high on him. I wanted the Browns to draft him. The primary reason for that is because the Browns, Phil and I were talking about this, we can't think of the last time that we had a true center fielder free safety on the roster. I mean, Peppers wasn't that guy. I mean, JJ3 wasn't that guy. Delpit's not that guy. You haven't had one. I can't think of the last one that we actually had. It's been very much a need on the defense. And that's part of what the defense's challenges were this last season with JJ3, where he's better closer to the line, but then again, so is Delpit. So you're kind of putting a guy somewhat out of position to play one of them as the center, the free safety, if you will, the center fielder. But Juan Thornhill has a skill set to really flourish, to be very good in that free safety role. That's what he does best. That's where he is strongest, and I think he's going to be great in Schwartz's scheme. I think it's a perfect scheme for his skill set. And then on top of it, I mean, you can't discount the fact that the guy's got 2 Super Bowl rings. I mean, he's got experience, and there's a lot to be said about experience.
Nice throw for a first down there to the Chief. Yes to all of that. All right, 17-14 after the Browns had a nice stop to force the punt. Here's a dig over the middle, and the Chief drops it. Second and 10.
5:04, I would not discount the fact that we might very well still get a veteran wide receiver. I don't think that's out of the realm of possible at all. Remember, they have a lot of contracts that they can still go and rework to build more space. They've got tons of space if they want it to work with. They're very flexible right now with the way they build their contracts, and AB is a bit of a wizard. Oh my goodness, another one?
Wills falls on this one. I'm not sure why he didn't just take off. There's plenty of time to go.
Yeah, it was interesting, but it would have been a 4th down either way. He was not getting 19 yards.
That's fair.
But yes, we do still have Jakeem Grant. So we'll see if it'll be interesting to see if they keep him, especially with how, obviously.
Sim. We moved on from him in the sim, but right, yes, he is really on the roster.
Right, he's still on the roster, and it'll be interesting to see if they keep him, especially with kind of the breakout season that Ford had. They're going to keep Ford. He's probably going to be running back number 2, I would expect. And then, obviously he did really well in the special teams role for the kick returner job. So he showed flashes there to be very good.
Big hit by Hargrave in the middle. He gets there with Foskey. Foskey's having himself a very nice start to his rookie season as well. 17-14, and we've made the 2-minute warning here. Back and forth game. Appreciate everybody being on. Lots of chat happening, which is great. Rick, I think I missed you when you popped on. Terry as well. Welcome, guys. Which is great. It's just fun because lots of fun things to talk about here in the off season.
And lots of the OGs on too. It's fun.
Yes, Tampa Bay, Wendell. Baker Mayfield's going to go play for Tampa Bay for a year while they try to tank for Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Or Drake May or Shadir Sanders or maybe Kyle McCord. Who knows? Depends on how good of a season he has. For the Buckeyes. 3rd and 18 now, 1:55 to go. Assume they'll just hand this one off. They will. Browns stuff it quickly with Taki, and then they'll call their second timeout.
That was a nice play from Taki. Really liked seeing that. But 5:04. I suspect that there is some sort of a trade in the works right now. Just based on the way they were talking about it on Cleveland Browns Daily, which those guys have a little insight into what's going on. They don't talk about it directly, but they kind of talk around these things a lot. And when they're talking around these kind of things, they hint at what's going on. Sounds to me like there's probably
Do you think
some
that's more
type
for
of
a
trade.
Buckner thing or more for a receiver?
And that's what I don't know. It could be. It could be
I
Buckner.
didn't listen to today's episode. Were they pay attention to the scores?
They didn't specifically say pay attention, but it was the way they were talking around the fact that there could be trade stuff going on. It sounded to me like they were hinting at.
Why can't Watson ever hold on to the flipping football every time he gets
it's been
sacked?
really odd.
Tariq Woolen, another scoop and scored 2 defensive touchdowns for the Seahawks in this game.
Pretty gross. But no, just the way they were talking about it made it feel like that they think there's something, actively in the works. And who knows what comes of that. Obviously, they have to agree with another team on whatever that is. But if it were me, I would suspect there's probably 3 targets that make sense to me right now. Just what I'm looking at. Jerry Jeudy would be one. Sounds like they want another fumble. My goodness.
Picked up by the Browns, fortunately.
Yeah. Picked up by the Seahawks.
What the heck?
Gross.
4 first-half fumbles?
This is disgusting. I don't know what's going on out there.
This is wild.
But anyway, so Jerry Jeudy, sounds like they want a 2nd and a 4th for him right now, which is something the Browns certainly could do. I mean, obviously, I don't know if that would necessitate 2nd this year, or maybe they would accept 2nd next year, which would be the preferable, obviously. But the Browns do have 2 4th rounds this year, which they could certainly give one of those up. And then DeForest Buckner is another target that I would think would make sense. Obviously, that one's probably going to take a little more compensation, so it might be a little bit harder to reach with your lack of resources. In terms of pick compensation, so maybe that includes the player. And then the other one that makes sense is Elijah Moore. Now, I know the Jets have said they're not trading Elijah Moore, but I think that's smoked. I mean, I think they always try to drive up price with guys by saying, hey, he's not available.
2nd and goal from the 5 here. Geno back to pass. Pressure in his face. Hargrave, and he'll just make him throw it out of bounds. Lucky no roughing on that one. 10 of 18 for Geno for 54 yards, but it doesn't matter. His defense has given him 2 scoop and scores, and that's the difference in the game right now. 4 first-half Browns fumbles. Slant and touchdown. DK, his 2nd of the day.
So, Kishin, as to which wide receiver, I don't think the wide receiver we want is available in free agency. I think you need to trade to get a wide receiver that's going to fit well for what you're trying to do on this roster, because really you need a guy that's going to be a true burner. So, who is that? I mean, Brandon Cooks is one guy that's gotten a lot of talk. Jerry Jeudy, I think, is another guy. If it were me, of the guys that are available, Jerry Jeudy or Elijah Moore would be the guys that I'd be looking at. But the advantage of Jerry Jeudy, well, Elijah Moore is young too, but Jerry Jeudy on a rookie contract, he's going to be 24 at the start of the season. I mean, he's currently 23, so he fits the mold for and certainly can take the top off the defense, and he's an excellent threat.
And if they do go free agency, here's Cooper to left side, past the 40. Browns have 1 timeout remaining. McCole Hardman's kind of the one free agent that, if you could get him on the cheap, would sort of satisfy that as well. 20 seconds remaining here. They are at midfield. Back to pass, Watson. Quick throw to Chubb, past the 40. Do they have time to come up and spike it with 15 seconds? Instead, they'll try to run the field goal unit on, and I don't think they spike in Madden. I've never seen a spike before.
No, I don't think they do, which is unfortunate because it's a big part of the game clock management.
It for sure is.
And 504, yeah, absolutely. That was another guy that I wanted coming out. In the draft. Jeudy was, obviously I didn't think he was going to get to us, which he didn't. But if we had a chance at him, I certainly was very interested in having him, picked up on our roster, and he would be a guy I'd love to have because I think he fits exactly what the Browns need right now.
All right, well, thanks to some weird maddening of a odd variety, the Browns had 4 first-half fumbles, and that gave the Seahawks pretty much all they've needed. But you can see here the Seahawks tipped and then almost intercepted. The Seahawks still don't even really have the momentum with 2 scoop and scores because the Browns have pretty much dominated the rest of the game.
Yeah, scoreline makes no sense for the performance we've seen on the field. But then again, turnovers are the great equalizer, and if you're going to cough up the ball 4 times in the first half, that is never...
Yeah, especially with some short fields. 3rd and 2 now.
Yep. It's never a good thing.
Chubb to the right side. That hole closed quickly. They'll say 4th and inches. That's good old Jamal Adams coming up to make the stuff, and They will go 3 and out here on their opening drive. So to figure a couple of things out. Maybe the defense can muster a turnover of their own. Here's Tyler Lockett on the return, and Tony Fields will throw him down.
So, Jonathan, I think that was a product of the scheme that Joe Woods brought, and I don't think you're going to see a lot of that with Schwartz. He runs a lot of man, actually. He's primarily man defense, so we're going to take advantage of the skill set we have. In fact, he's very excited with our cornerback room in particular because they very much, like you said, they're great in man, and that's what he likes to do. So that's perfect for his scheme.
2nd and 7, dump off to Kenneth Walker, sets up a 3rd and 5. Delayed handoff, Walker, and the Browns don't fall for it. Payne and Hargrave shut the door, and they'll hold the Seahawks to a 3 and out. Look at that, 276 to 77 is the total yards. Seahawks have 77 total yards, yet they lead 28-17.
It's crazy.
Bonkers indeed. Here's the rookie Tyler Scott.
Well, good news is the Browns continue to dominate in this game, even if the scoreline doesn't show it right now, but there's still plenty of time for them to keep producing on offense. If they can stop turning the ball over, then they should, take this game over still.
Yes, fire left side. Caught on the sideline. That was Chubb all the way up the left sideline. Takes a shot at the 43, but holds on for a first down.
And how about Nick Chubb in the passing game? I mean, looking like a straight-out receiver on that one. That was an impressive catch out there. Just doing some nice stuff in the passing game for us this season.
Cooper past the 50.
Are you talking about
Anthony Walker? Yeah. Anthony Walker Jr.
Yeah, Anthony Walker.
I'm assuming not Harrison Bryant. He's still under contract. Although they are looking to upgrade tight end too, I would guess.
Yeah, I do think they are. They're supposedly there's some interest in Parham, and then there's some other names out there like I've heard some rumblings of Mo Alley Cox, only because the Colts are very much in fire sale mode right now, which is why Buckner is even a possibility for the Browns right now. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
Here's Chubb up the middle. He has been a workhorse today. 23 carries, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
And we've just started the second half.
Well, we had been begging for him to get back into typical Chubb mode, as he had been abysmal for several games in a row. But these last 2, very much back to form. 134 yards last time, already well past that, or will be well past that by the end of this game, as he's already past that number.
Jonathan, it would be awesome, but I don't see it happening, brother, because we do not have a first-round draft pick next year either.
Yep.
And unless you're going to trade up to the top 5, that's where you're going to have to go get Marv. I bet he's just so gross.
Yeah, that was the other name I was thinking maybe he meant was Ronnie Harrison. Which no, I don't think Ronnie Harrison is back either.
Harrison.
I don't think he's back either. I think he was a bit of a disappointment. Yeah. As you know, now they didn't pay a lot. We were actually talking about this earlier. Again, not a center fielder type safety. They took a chance on him at a low risk with not a lot of money wrapped up in that deal. And with the chance that maybe he pans out, it just didn't pan out. But it didn't cost him much to find out.
Jonathan, yeah, I knew you meant Marvin Harrison. We were talking about Wendell, who put down Harrison Walker, which is not a real player. We didn't know if he meant the linebacker Anthony Walker or the tight end Harrison Bryant.
Or Ronnie Harrison.
Or Ronnie Harrison.
So yes, 3 possible players.
Right side, got his man, Cooper for a touchdown. Does the old discount double check for his touchdown celebration. And finally, the Browns get into the end zone again.
Yeah, ironic that he's doing that with all the Aaron Rodgers talk, but it's like men hurt
quick,
us.
Too. Browns are going to go for 2 here. Try to go down by a full field goal.
Well, the good news is they didn't fumble or turn the ball over on that drive, so certainly the success we've been looking for is Chubb is going to get into the end zone again for the 2-point conversion easily there. Nicely schemed up to get him out into some space out on the perimeter.
Okay, linebacker Anthony Walker Jr. No, I know there's certainly, they like him in the locker room. I can't remember if he's actually, I think he actually is a free agent, right? It was just a one-year deal for him. So it would just be so maybe they're like, go see what you can get, and then we'll get you, we'll take care of you kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I expect.
I'm sure they would love to have him on another,
well, and he was
friendly deal.
He was very good. They're going to need a club-friendly deal for it because they're not going to pay for a linebacker. But that being said, he was, we saw the difference in the defense when he got hurt. I mean, it was night and day.
Sure was. Nice tackle by Taki in space there. Ripping Walker to the ground. Another 3rd and 7 for the Seahawks. Appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy. Doing a lot of chatting about the Browns and their upcoming free agents. And how about Thule?
Yeah.
Tuipulotu getting home with a sack.
Fighting through a block to do it, too. Look at this right here. He's engaged on the block the entire way to the quarterback, and then both tackles the blocker and the quarterback at the same time. Geno Smith getting wrapped up in the pass rush with the block at the same time. That's just physical dominance. What a bull rush from him.
Indeed. Some of the other fun football news that I don't know if you guys saw, Georgia's Pro Day was today, and Jalen Carter came in like 9 pounds heavier than he was at the Combine, and he couldn't even finish his drills. He looked so out of shape.
Yeah, apparently he did very poorly in that pro workout.
Which is wild for a guy who they were considering to be, maybe number 1 overall. As DPJ goes on a nice little steep slant, almost breaks that thing all the way to the house.
I was going to say, that was a shoelace tackle there at the end, but he broke one and had some space to maybe make a move. But nice play from DPJ here as he makes the first defender miss, and then the second one nearly does, but does manage to bring him down.
I'm not sure, Wendell. Actually, 504, if you can answer that one for us, if you're still on. Back to pass. Short throw to the right side. That's going to be the Chief, and he'll break one tackle and then be thrown out of bounds by Jamal Adams. Hey, tackled him out of bounds, sir.
Yeah. Jonathan, no doubt he'll be drafted. Some team will take a chance on him. No kid. I mean, there's no way he doesn't get drafted.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's just whether or not he goes top 4 anymore.
Right.
If this makes him slip down to 15, I don't think he would. Even if he got to if he even got to the 2nd round, somebody would go like, oh, maybe he falls to 42. I can't imagine he falls even that far.
But at the same time,
42.
It may be a bit of a red flag for some teams saying what the heck is going on with this guy if he's going to show up at the Combine, put up these kind of numbers, and then I mean, shoot.
Well,
it's
and
only
he's
been a few
involved
weeks.
in that potential he was there when that player got killed and then he left. There was some legal issues.
Yeah.
I think in Georgia that he's got to clean up as well.
Right. So a number of potential red flags that may very well affect his draft stock. He will be drafted. There's no doubt about that. Some team will absolutely take a shot at him.
For sure.
But it's
sure they will.
It's just, how much does it affect him? And that's the question mark.
Indeed. Welcome on, Mitchell. No worries. Go Browns indeed. Here's Chubb. It's been a big day for Chubb there now. 29 carries for 170 yards for Nick Chubb.
Go. Love it.
In the first half, the Browns had 4 random fumbles, all recovered by Seattle. 2 of them were scoop and scores. That's the only way Seattle's even remotely in this game right now.
Browns have completely dominated this game, and the scoreline is the only thing that doesn't reflect it.
2nd and goal. Here's Chubb again up the middle. Cutting to the right, to the 5, to the 3. Nick Chubb again now at 30 carries, and we're still in the 3rd quarter. Back to pass. Watson, left side. Caught by Donovan Peoples-Jones, and he'll do a little Chief Slam celebration. The Browns regain the lead.
Yep, like we said, the Browns have been dominating this game. Only the scoreline and the turnover margin is saying otherwise. But there they have finally put themselves back on top here as we expected they would. I mean, even behind by 2 scores, you felt like the Browns were very much going to win this game, and because they just, I don't know, they just looked so much better than the Seahawks in this game throughout, even with the turnovers. So it was just a matter of time for them to overcome the scoreline and figure out stop turning the ball over.
32-28 now, $1:35 still here to go in the 3rd quarter. Geno Smith back out onto the field. Again, loads of weapons. Haven't seen the rookie Jordan Addison at all in this one as well. Juno now short throw to the right side. That's Kenneth Walker. It'll be pushed out of bounds by Delpit. At the 30, sets up a 2nd and 5. We talked a little bit about it, just that he signed there. I hope he does well. Baker will always be my guy. You never want to replace the legend, right? But
well, ironically, it does have a certain irony considering the NFL 100 commercial that they had with Tom Brady handing over all those rings to Baker, and then sure enough, Baker is going to end up, taking over for Tom Brady because you can't think anyone but Baker is going to start for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, he's going to beat out Kyle Trask for sure. But they're setting themselves up for a rebuild for sure.
Right, which I think honestly he's probably a great quarterback to do that with. He's gonna have a lot of juice for the young players on that roster, but at the same time we all know that Baker can be very inconsistent at times, and they're gonna end up losing a number of games, probably to be in good drafting position as a result.
Flip the field here. 4th quarter, 32-28. Browns, again, just a 4-point lead, although they have dominated the game. 3rd and 6 now. Shotgun, snap, back to pass. Smith firing right side, got his man right at the sticks. He takes a big shot from Denzel Ward, but Lockett's able to hold on for a 1st down.
Yeah, Wendell, I think that's probably a very safe bet, especially if the Browns hold on to this lead, as they should be transitioning more so here in the 4th quarter to the run, and Nick Chubb should have a bulk of that.
Just 17 of 25 for 83 yards. Again, they've had so many short fields with all those first-half fumble recoveries as well. Here's Walker, and he'll pick up the 1st down before JOK and Juan Thornhill. They're interesting to talk about his number, though. Delpit's had 22 for a couple years, and he wore 21 in college, so I don't think Denzel's going to give it up pretty easily. So it'll be interesting to see what number Thornhill goes with here for Cleveland.
Yeah, it's not going to be either of those.
Well, unless he's
I guess he
Delpit
could
for
try
to
to pay Delpit, but I expect Delpit's probably going to retain it. Would be my guess.
Backside rush coming, and Foskey and Miles combine for another sack. Back to the 41. Kind of a quiet day for the Demolition Dogs, but they're getting home when it matters.
So 504, I think at this point he's just happy to be paid, and the fact that he's going to get to start in the NFL when there was a lot of doubt about that for Baker. I think
32 of those jobs on the planet.
Yeah, I think he's happy with it. So I think with all with every right to be happy with it. He's making an awful lot of money.
No state tax.
Yeah, so I think he's in good shape, and I think he'll be happy about it. Especially I think he realizes as much as anybody else that he could have, if things had gone slightly differently, he could well have been, easily in a backup role at best in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. All right, 32-28. Browns 11-37. Opportunity to put this one potentially on ice. Short throw over the middle for the Chief. Again, just getting 4 or 5 yards a play here most of the game. It's been nice to see. 2nd and 5. Chubb, and he can't get past post. It kind of got beat on his block there from the blitzing. Safety, that was Rashard Torrance again. He's one of the scoop and score recipients. Now a 3rd and 4. Back to pass, Watson. Firing it right side. Got it on the sideline, wide open. There's the rookie Quentin Johnston on the comeback route to the 43. 1st down, Browns.
Well, these Browns have been so good on 3rd down in this game. They've just found a way to get it to where they need it to go. We haven't seen a lot of the, where we're begging them to, run their route to the sticks, where, so not a lot of underneath throws on those 3rd downs, and as a result, they've had a lot of conversions.
That one's going to be knocked away from Chubb. Chubb's huffing and puffing. He's played a crazy game.
Yeah.
That balance, 36 runs, 35 or 36 passes, 35 runs, and Chubb will pick up another 4. He's at 183-yard line. And Wendell's buying us all beers if he gets 200. I saw it in the chat. It's on there. Those of us who are of age, of course, we're all welcome. Here's the 2nd level. Both guys were wide open.
And again,
it goes to the Chief to the 36. First down, Browns.
Continuing to produce on third down. Again, just finding ways to scheme up guys past the sticks, reading the routes nicely, checking down where he needs to, but not checking down so far that he's not past the sticks, although he had plenty of options
Sure did.
wide open on that one.
Whoever the clear out was on that one did a very nice job clearing it out. First and 10 here, Watson. Throws it right side, incomplete. Looked like he was going for Chubb. Can we get a sub? Can we get a sub over here? Chubb needs a little bit of a breather. Second and 10. Just kidding. Give it to him up the middle. And he fumbles again? And it's going to be a scoop and score. You got to be kidding me. What are you doing to us, Madden?
What is this?
What is going on?
This game should be like 60-15 right now.
5 fumbles? Oh, he's down too. Come on, sir. He's way down. His knee, his hip, his elbow. He was all the way down. Look at that.
Yeah, he's
Come on.
beyond down. There's no way this doesn't get turned over.
There we go. Booth review.
There's the booth
Come on. I would
review.
say I'm just not touching anything. When sometimes you touch the controller and it messes it up. Yes, that's 3 points of things that were down.
Yeah, he's super down here. That touchdown's coming off the board. There's no way the Browns don't retain possession here.
Fortunately for us, because that would have been a hat trick of scoop and scores, which is just bonkers. 3rd and 7 for the Browns. Good job, refs. Get the right thing. All right, 3rd and 7 here now. Watson steps back. Back to pass. Blitz coming. He'll throw left side. Got it. First down. Peoples-Jones to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Browns from 33 yards away. How about that little 14-point flip?
Yeah, I was going to say a huge turn of events there is that would-be fumble getting reversed, and then one play later into the end zone with DPJ. Just a great play, and just completely changes this game. We already felt like the Browns were dominating it throughout, but fortunately avoiding another fumble, which I don't know how they've had so many in this game, but avoiding another fumble being a big deal there.
They have. York kicks it off. 8:10 to go. Again, appreciate everybody being on with us. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports. Our volleyball team is on spring break this week, so we've had some free nights to sim. I know we've been doing one at night, which is a fast pace, but we appreciate you being with us. Get these ones banked so that people can go back and, of course, watch them. So appreciate all of our subscribers. You guys are the best. The straw that stirs the drink. Here at Nagy on Sports. 5-yard out to Kenneth Walker once again. 2nd and 4. Smith. Incomplete. 18 for 28 for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. Virgino here. Back to pass. Throws it right side, and the first down is caught there. That's Noah Fant again, the tight end. To the 36. Just his 2nd catch, both for first downs today. Well, it is the home of the 12th man, Wendell. So I'm sure they give them some sort of extra boosts for that as Miles gets home again. Charles Abraham, the right tackle, struggling. Or excuse me, Abraham Lucas. Charles Cross is the left tackle, rookie from last year. Foskey's like, can I get a half of this, Miles? No, you can't, son. Miles in the zone now, 2nd and 18. Yes, we will. We'll keep rocking this season, Mitchell. We'll see if the Browns can squeak into the playoffs. They didn't do themselves a lot of favors early, but everybody else in the division is kind of struggling. Pittsburgh's come back a little bit. They're 6 and 4. Everybody else is 4 and 6. So opportunities are coming. And how about that play right there? Denzel knocking him down. Now a 4th and 10, and they're going to go for it. Firing right side. Caught on 4th and 10. Denzel went up. Lockett kind of undercut him for the catch, and a big catch to the 30-yard line. First down, Seahawks. Gino looked like maybe just a little bit of a wing and a prayer. Denzel was sort of behind him. Delpit maybe a little bit late to get there. long first down catch. Keeps the hopes of the Seahawks alive. Fired right side, caught again on the sideline, will go out of bounds. Really nice footwork over there.
Yeah, the challenge the Seahawks have here is really clock is not in their favor, as they only have 4:57 and they're down 11. So they've got a lot of scoring to do and not a lot of time to do it.
Dump it backwards. Nice play though by Ward just to slow him up long enough. Taki gets home with the tackle. Actually count that as a rush with that behind the back pass or behind the line pass.
And unfortunately for them, they haven't exactly been, going down the field quickly here.
Here's DK Metcalf on just a skinny little slant. He'll pick up a few, but it's 3rd and 8. And yes, the time keeps on slipping into the future. 3rd and 8. Draw, right side, taken down by Taki. Miles was over there as well, setting up a more manageable 4th down to take the field goal. I guess you're down 11.
Yeah, but that's a really weird call there, especially with the fact that the clock's going to continue to run. I guess you're trying to catch the defense napping, but unlikely in that kind of situation you're going to catch them. So I don't like that call at all for the Seahawks. And now an interesting call to kick this away with 3:11, hoping your defense can stop this offense, which has been very good all day. And especially with how good Nick Chubb has been, you feel like this is a long shot at best.
Time to put her away. Browns 500 yards, Seahawks 173 here. But yet, here we are, a 1-score game with 3 to go. Watson back to pass on 1st down. Now he'll roll and he'll get a sack again. Darrell Taylor. And now the We Are 12 is enabled.
Well, see, that should have been a run. I agree, Wendell. I don't know why he's back looking to pass on 1st down and then getting sacked for a 2nd and 19. That's the last outcome you want.
Chubb now to the left side, and he'll go down at the 16. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Well, unless the Browns can convert here on 3rd and 14th, the Seahawks gamble is going to pay off, and they're going to get a shot at this.
It is. And they'll stretch this one to the right side to Ford. Breaks a tackle to the 20, to the 25. Can he do it? Jerome Ford! He's going to pick up a huge gain for a 1st down.
Yeah, you thought about 3 times he was going to be tackled on that run, but just refused to be taken down and does pick up a 1st down. And what a critical 1st down that was.
Looks like they're going to run the same play. Stretch it to the right side, and he'll run into Jonathan Jones, a free agent corner. I think re-signed with the Patriots. And now the timeouts will start coming. Actually, that was already the 2nd now. 2nd and 4. This must be... There's been 0 variation. I've been watching pretty closely. I think they've run the 3 plays that have had stars on them. This is clearly the chew clock play. The stretch to the right side. So, my experiment, although somehow they've looked better during the experiment, but it's not sustainable.
Right.
I bet it's going to be a stretch. Oh, he actually flipped it to the other side, Ford. And did he get the ball across? He did. Let's go.
Big 1st down run there from Ford, as he was just determined to pick that one up.
So yes, in the process of trying to change up the offense, I completely redid the playbook and took out every play except it made you leave one, and they've basically been running that one. It's like we're running Tech Football here. They run 1 play on 1st down, 1 play on 2nd down. But it's worked, so who knows?
But at the same time, you have to feel that Madden will eventually break the code on us, where it'll be like, nope, we're just going to shut that 1 play down.
Wait a minute, yeah. We'll add a couple more, I guess.
I wonder if you can just go in and star every play as a half star, just every play across the board.
You certainly could do that as well.
That would be another way to try to do the same thing that you tried to do before.
The other version of it, yeah.
Just build 0 tendency. Just run it in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's true. All right, well, Browns kind of dominated the whole game. It was much closer than it needed to be. Again, 4 fumbles credited to the Browns. 2 of them were scooping scores in this one. 39-31. Kit, wrap it up for us here while I do some stats.
Well, the scoreline is not going to reflect what this ball game actually was, as we all witnessed an absolute dominating performance from the Browns, but the turnovers will bite you, especially when you have 4 of them in the first half, and for whatever reason, fumbles. The Browns just had fumbleitis throughout this ball game, and I don't know why, but like I said, the dominating performance both for the defense and the offense and even the special teams was enough to overcome some crazy fumbles. 2 defensive touchdowns for the Seahawks was not enough to sway it in their favor, just because the Browns were just that dominant. So an interesting game to be sure, ugly at times, but at the same time, you certainly like seeing the offensive production that they had in this one, and Nick Chubb was an absolute beast.
How about Watson? 31 for 39, 331, 79% completion, 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Chubb's going to end up with $1.91.
So
Wendell,
close.
You're off the hook.
So
You're off
close.
the hook for buying us all soda pops. 34 for $1.91, 2 touchdowns, another 75 yards after contact. Ford with 5 nice runs at the end. Couple of scrambles, but again, 3 fumbles today unnecessarily.
And I think those 3 Ford
Deshaun.
runs in a row is what saved Wendell on that, because those probably should have been
That's
Cooper
right.
runs, and they were back-to-back-to-back Ford runs.
How about Cooper? 12 for 95 again. That's like almost exactly what he had in the last game. This time he got into the end zone. Njoku, 11 for 107. DPJ, 3 for 64. 2 touchdowns. 3 for Chubb. 2 for the rookie, Quentin Johnston. Defensively, Taki led in tackles with 10. 2 more sacks for Miles. Tooley got 1. JOK got 1. Foskey had a half as well. And just the 1 fumble, I believe, that Usu Kormoa caused and then scooped up himself. So 39-31 is the final score. Browns, a little 2-game winning streak now. It's going to be a lot tougher. Miles is a 99. Would you like to make him even better? Yes. He's going to max out all of the categories, because we got to go to the 10-1. Actually, we get to host the 10-1 San Francisco 49ers tomorrow. So that will be an exciting sim. Hopefully you will be able to join us for that one. So the Browns go to 5-6. We'll wait to see the results of the Steelers. Looks like the Steelers host Jacksonville, who's terrible, but maybe, just maybe, it's at home. You never know. And then Cincinnati goes to Indianapolis, and Baltimore hosts the Commies. So, that's Buffalo. Where is Baltimore? I don't see them on. Oh, there we are. So they play San Francisco right now. So we'll see how they do. All right, everybody. Appreciate you being on. You guys are the best. Just got to keep winning. Just gotta keep winning. So thank you so much. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel or smash the like button on the video, we'd appreciate it as we continue to push our way towards 1,000. We have under 50 to go. We are in the home stretch, as they say. So again, appreciate everybody. Kid out on the left coast, Phil here in Central Ohio. We are Nagy on Sports. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. And as always,
Go Browns!